Hello everyone, so I'm back with another LeetCode video on this channel, and in today's video we are going to solve a LeetCode problem using JavaScript, which is intersection of two arrays. So here the problem statement is like this: we have been given two integers array, num1 and nums2, and we have to return an array of the intersection, and each element in the result must appear as many times as it shows in both arrays in any order. For example, let's just say num1 contain 1221 and nums2 contain 22. Then the common elements in between these two num1s and num2 is 2 comma 2. So the output is 2. Similarly, we have in nums1 495 and in nums2 we have 94984. But the common elements are 49 and 49. The 9 repeating here is not repeating here. That is why the output is 49. And also 94 is also acceptable answer. So this is what the problem statement is, and a few hints that are given is if the already sorted, then how could we optimize the algorithm? And the first solution that we can come up with is actually the sorted array. Like we can sort both the arrays and we can get the common elements and then push them into the result array. But there is a better solution available, and that solution is using map. So map in JavaScript is a object in which we can set some key value pairs, like A can be set to 1 and B can be set to 2 and so on and so forth, like a key and a value pair similar to JSON's, and JSON's output can also be stored here. So in this case we are using something similar to JSON using map, and we can set the values in a key value pair like a key and a value. So what we can do is we can create a key value pair for nums1, and we can store the frequency of each of those elements in this map, and then we can check that whether the same element is present in nums2 or not, and we can then decrement the map value and push the value in result. So let's start off with the coding and try to understand this in a bit detail, because talking about in abstract terms won't help, but the actual solution will help you understand what I'm talking about. So let's just say we have a frequency map is equal to new map, and we are going to iterate over the first array, which is nums1. So num of nums1. Let's just first console.log num and run the code. So we have the each individual element. So what we can do is we can set the frequency of each of the num value into the frequency map. So for the first time when we encounter any numeric value, what we can do is we can use frequency map dot set. Num will be the key itself, like the number will be the key of the JSON object, and the value will be initially set to 1. Now, if there is a repeating element, for example, 2 is repeating twice and 1 is repeating twice. So in that case, we need to increment the frequency by 1. So we will write if frequency map dot get num, that is the frequency already exists, then frequency map dot set num comma increment the existing frequency by 1. So for that we have to use the getter method of map, like we'll get the existing frequency and increment it by 1, else the first element occurrence frequency map. So this is how we will generate a frequency map. I don't know if we can console.log all values, but let's just say so. Let's just print out all the values first and check what we get. So we will go with frequency map and let's run our code. So as you can see, we have the frequency of num1 as 2 and num2 as 2 as well. Or what we can do is, let's not go with this. Let's just go with dot get, and we know that the first output is 1, so frequency of one value, and frequency of one value is 2, and frequency of two value will be similarly 2. The next thing that we can do is we can create a results or intersection array in which we will store the intersected values. Next, we will iterate over the second map, which is nums2. And in this case, what we are going to do is we are going to check if frequency map contains the num value. So if frequency map contains any num value, then we will push the value in intersection array, and will decrement the frequency of the value by 1. The reason for this is in this scenario like this. So here 4 and 9 is only present once in nums1, but 4 and 9 is present twice in nums2. So we need to return only 4 and 9 once. So what we will do is during the first iteration, the frequency values of 495 will be 1. And in the second iteration, when we are counting the intersection, we will decrement the value of 4 occurrence by 1 once the 4 is present once. So 4 will be pushed to the array and will decrement the value so that the second 4 does not get pushed. Similarly, the 9 value should be get pushed only once, and the next 9 values should not get pushed into the intersection. So we'll write if frequency map contains num and then frequency map dot get num, the frequency is greater than 0, only then push it into intersection array and decrement frequency map dot get num should be decremented by so set, and we should decrement it by 1. So that frequency map dot get num minus 1. So I don't know if this will work, but let's try and see what we get. So we'll return the intersection array and run our code. So for the default condition, this works. Let's hit submit and check if this works for all cases. So as you can see, the output is 9.4 and this is not working for this. So what we can do is, okay, this should be set and not get. Okay, so this code was erroneous and this is the correct code. Let's check whether this works. So what we can do is we can take this condition from outward value and add it here. And now let's try to submit and check whether this works. Yeah, this should be new, comma. Now let's check. So as you can see, the solution got accepted. So the reason why it was not working because the set method was not written properly. So what we are doing is in this code is we are first setting the frequency of each numeral in the first iteration over nums1, and in the second iteration over nums1, what we are doing is we are getting the iterations and we are checking whether the num which is present in nums2 is present in num1 as well, and if it is present then we push it into intersection array, And during each occurrence, we are like decrementing the frequency of the number from frequency map. And if it goes below 0, then we know that it won't be pushed into the final intersection array, and only the proper values will get pushed into intersection array. So the way this works using an example is in this case 495, the frequency map will have values 1, 1 and 1. Now when it encounters 9, it will first push the value 9 into the array, and it will decrement the value frequency map value of 9 to 0, and after that it will come to 4 and it will decrement the value of 4 frequency in frequency map to 0 and push it into the intersection array. So intersection array will consist of 4 and 9. In the next pass, when the 9 value is encountered, since the frequency map value is now lesser than 0, that the frequency is lesser than 0, we are decrementing the values. So in that case, the value will be -1 and will not get pushed into intersection array. 8 is already not present in the frequency map because it was not in the first array, so it will not get counted. And then 4 will in the frequency map will get reduced to less than 0, and 4 will not get pushed again into intersection array. And the final intersection array 9, 4 will get printed out into our code. If you want, we can check that as well. So this is how the code works for intersection array using maps, and hope you got the gist of the solution. So that's it from my end for today. If you like this video, hit the like button, share and subscribe to this channel for more such videos in future. And that's it from my end for today. Thank you and a nice day. Goodbye.